Hello and welcome to today's session. In this class, I'm going to be talking about understanding Instagram analytics. Now, who needs to understand Instagram analytics? Two types of people. The first type of people, well, three types actually. The first type of people are people who use Instagram for maybe just for fun and just as a tool to reach out to other people. And the second type of people are people who run businesses and are using Instagram as a platform to market their businesses online. The third type of people are people who work in an organization and they're in charge of the social media marketing or digital marketing for that organization. And why would you need to understand Instagram analytics? We're in a world that is increasingly driven by data. When you have data, you're able to make informed decisions. And what analytics gives you is data, really. So when you look at this data, you'll be able to see a pattern, and then that will help you to take decisions going forward. Now, before I go into analyzing the analytics itself, I'd like to say that the first thing you need to do if you want to have access to analytics on Instagram is to change your profile type from personal. If it is on personal, you need to change it from personal to business or creator. And I am using my personal Instagram profile to show you this analytics class, but it is a creator profile, and I'll show you that right now. So if you click on the settings, that's the three accordion lines, and then if I scroll up, because I already have a professional account, that's either a business or a creator account. That's why I can see for professionals. Now, if your account is still a personal account, you will not be able to see your insights. So you won't have this for professionals tab over here that you can see. Right. Now, if I click on creator tools and controls, like I said, this is a creator account. If it was a business account, I would see business tools and controls. And if I scroll up, there's a point where you see switch account type. So you see switch to business account or switch to personal account. So for you, if you still have your Instagram profile as a personal account, you have to go to the settings and go to account settings and then switch to either business account or creator account. So I will go back. Now we're looking at understanding Instagram analytics, and Instagram analytics is basically Instagram insights, and I'm sure that you can see that in the for professional section. Now there's one more thing I need to say before I dive deep into analyzing my insights, just to give you an idea of how you can understand your own Instagram insights. And it is that you need to have a minimum of 100 followers on Instagram before you can have access to your insights, which kind of makes sense because you need to have enough traffic. You need to have enough data for you to be able to analyze the data, if you get what I mean. So let's just go right in. I will click on Insights. Now, quick overview. Insights will show you how many accounts you reached, how many accounts were engaged, your follower count, increase or decrease, the content you shared, and what the engagement was like on those contents. And you can change the period of the insights that you want to see. So it's default, the default setting is the last 7 days, but you can change it to the last 14 days, last 30 days, previous month, last 90 days. So you can see your insights for a maximum of 90 days. So let's say I want to see my insights for the last 90 days. I'll click on last 90 days and then click on update. Okay, now I haven't been doing much on Instagram. I've been focusing more on building my LinkedIn because of the my target audience, really, my current target audience based on my coaching. But in the last 90 days, what I can see here is that I have reached 1,023 accounts. Now, if you look at the number under it, it says minus 83.3%, which means the 90 days before the last 90 days, I reached many more people than I'm reaching right now. And I know why, because I haven't been posting as much. So there's no way that I'm going to reach more people. Now, for someone, if this was a purely business account, that should tell me something. And it is telling me something anyway. Okay, so if I click on the accounts reached, it then breaks it down, right, by content type. So by first of all, by followers. So even though I haven't reached as many people as I used to reach, I've reached more non-followers than followers. And in these people that I've reached, less than 1% is from ads. So more than like 99% is from organic reach, which means that if I wanted to reach more people, I could run ads, I could post more and all of that. Now, with the reach, I have almost 4,000 impressions. Impressions is how many times people saw my post. Accounts reached is how many accounts did my posts reach. Now, one account can see my posts more than once in the 90-day period. So one account might have seen my post like 3 times in the 90-day period. So that's what the impression is, right? How many times were my posts seen? While the accounts reach is how many accounts were reached by my posts. Okay, now the impressions also fell. Now that should also tell me something, which means that the number of times people are seeing my posts is reducing. So I need to note that and do something about it. Now, by content type, I reached more people through Reels. Well, most people through Reels, more through posts, and less through stories, and then very few through videos. So I think I posted one video that wasn't a reel. I probably posted that from Facebook. Now, it will also show you your top content within this period that you're analyzing your insights. So within this 90-day period, the last 90 days, these are my top contents, right? So this reel reached 125 people, and it's actually very recent. I think I posted it as at the time of recording this, maybe 3 days ago. The next one too, like 2 days before that. The next one too, like that. So the ones that have the most accounts reached are actually recent. So it means that my recent posts are reaching more people even than the previous posts. The previous posts should actually have more reach because they've been there for longer. But it's just showing that maybe the new direction that I'm taking with this post is resonating with more people. So that is telling me something. And I can then use that to plan more posts like the ones that are reaching more people and having more engagement, so to speak. So if I click on that, it has 202 plays, 25 likes, 1 comment, and 1 save. So if I move to another one, 215 plays, 6 likes, 1 comment, 1 save, 22 likes because this is not a reel, 22 likes, 2 comments, 19 likes, 1 comment, like that, 140 plays, 14 likes. So if there's a trend with these posts that have the highest reach, then I can analyze that trend. Okay, what was I talking about? What type of posts? Were they majorly reels? If yes, then I know that, okay, I need to look into creating more reels. Now, what were the reels actually even talking about? Was it about family? Was it about tech? Was it about me being out and about? I need to understand if there's a trend and then note that. That's just basically why you have insights, for you to look at trends and then be able to make informed decisions for the future. So, and then I would also look at the ones that have little to no reach, right? Okay, so this changed back to 30 days. So let me just change this to 3 months because I wanted to look at 90 days. Yeah. So if I then look at the ones that had the least reach, I can also say, oh, okay, if there's a trend with that. So looking at the ones that had the least reach, it will be stories, and not just stories where I shared what other people posted. Now, it doesn't mean that when I share what other people post, that people don't view. It's probably what I'm sharing, right? It means that it is what I'm sharing that maybe people aren't so interested in. And I'm just saying this right now. If I were to do this properly, I will sit down and look at the trends very well and look at, what's the trend with the lowest reach, what's the trend with the high reach, and all of that. So, now, if I go back out, here. So within the 90 days, I've shared 14 posts, 18 stories, and 4 reels. Wow. I'm not sure that's correct though, but interesting. So I have 1, 2, 3. Really? Okay, I've really been neglecting my Instagram. So now this is also telling me something. It's really good to do this as an exercise often. I used to do this monthly. Now I just do it for LinkedIn, but I think I will come back to this. And then as we're also building the page for Skill Her Up, once we get to 100 followers, which by the way, if you're not yet following us, go to our page, Skill Her Up, and follow us so that we can know what you want, what you've been looking at on our page, and then try to create more of that kind of content. So, yeah, 14 posts, 18 stories, and 4 reels, and that has gotten me 1,023 accounts reached, 119 accounts engaged. And this is actually a high engagement level. If you divide 119 by 1,023, that is over 10% engagement, which is quite high, thinking about the normal level of engagement on Instagram and most social media platforms. So it means that it's not that people are not interested in my post. I'm probably the one that isn't posting enough. So that's another way to think about insights as well. So again, you can also then look at okay, I'm going to go into engagement. I think I've gone into accounts reached. Yeah. So from the accounts reach, profile activity, that's what did people do after seeing the posts? Did they go to my profile? Did they click on other posts? It was 12 people that did that. And then profile visits, 12. So visits from seeing the posts, then engaging on the profile, and no external link tap, which means that I'm probably not using calls to action. So this is another way to think about the insights. If you have little to no external link taps, it means that you're not using calls to action, or you're not using the proper calls to action to get people to take action, click on your link in bio. So I will then go to followers insights. Now, in the last, let's go to last 90 days. In the last 90 days, I have lost 52 followers and I have gained 35 followers. So overall, follower growth count is minus 17. Okay. And it would also show the days that I lost and the days that I gained followers over that period. So if I click on the days that I lost followers, for example. So if you look at this days, Thursday, Sunday, 2nd of June, it would show 0, 0. I'm trying to click on a date. Okay, so Wednesday, 5th of June, one person followed, one person unfollowed. I can go, so if maybe you're running a business account and you have 20 people unfollowed on a particular day, then you need to go and check if you posted something that day or a day before, and you look at what you posted. It might be that what you posted did not resonate with a lot of people, and that's why you had unfollows. If you have a day where you have a lot of followers join your profile, then you need to look at what you posted that day or 24 hours before, and then try to build on that and try to post similar things. So if I look at Tuesday, 6th August, I can just pen that down and go back and look at it. Oh, two people followed that day. What happened on Tuesday, 6th August or the previous day? Now, I can also look at the top locations where my followers are. So, looking at this, if I look at countries, it's funny that most of my followers are in Nigeria. That's not the funny part. That's understandable because I lived in Nigeria for all my life until January last year. And then I have almost a quarter of my followers in the United States. That's the funny part. I don't see myself as someone um who posts things for the American audience. So it means that there's something that I'm doing that is appealing to people living in the US. And now that I am in the UK, it's this insight is telling me that if I'm looking at building my UK audience, then I need to focus on content that will be of interest to my UK audience. And then I also have Canada and India. And then looking at the age range, most of my audience will be in the 35 to 44 age range, which is my age range anyway. And then I have 25 to 34 and 45 to 54. So for a business, you need to look at it. The age range, the highest age range that we have in our insights is this what we're looking at in terms of our target audience for our business. The location, is this what we're looking at in terms of the target audience for our business? So you need to look at all of this in terms of your business goals and target audience. And also looking at the gender distribution. Most of my content is directed at females, really. So I'm not going to be shocked if I have, yeah. So I have 74% of female followers as against 26%, and that's okay. Now, most active time. So this shows you, it's in hours now, I'll just change it to days. Now, most active times will show you the days and times when your audience is most active. So for me, looking at this, my audience is practically active at the same level every day. If I'm going to really scrutinize it, I'll say the most active days will be Tuesdays and Thursdays. Looking at this, you can see that the bars for Tuesday and Thursday are slightly higher than the other days. So if I'm thinking of posting just twice a week, then I should be looking at posting on Tuesdays and Thursdays because those are the most active days for my followers. So as a business, you should also look at those kind of insights, like most active times and days for your business. So if I look at the hours, if you look at this, it means that the most active hours for my followers is between 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. So this is Tuesday, it's 3 p.m. I'm sure it's most likely the same throughout the week. This is Wednesday, it's the same thing. Thursday is the same thing, slightly different. 9 p.m. goes down on Thursdays. Fridays the same, Saturdays the same, Sundays the same. So, but if you're running a business and you're just posting arbitrarily, you might not be getting the best out of the time and days that you're posting. So these insights will give you an insight. Sorry for repeating the word. It will give you an insight into what's going on and what you should be doing. So, I'm going to stop here, and I hope that you have learned a thing or two about understanding Instagram analytics. If you would like to learn more about digital skills, digital marketing, please follow at Skill Hub. You can follow me as well at Olubumi Says. That's my handle on Instagram. And until next time and next class, see you and keep learning.